This is Walt Disney World Today. Give us 5 minutes and we'll give you the world.
It's Friday, October 20th, 2006, and this is episode number 168 of Walt Disney World Today. I'm your host, Matt Hochberg from mgmstudios.org. On the show today is Len Testa, co-author of the Unofficial Guide to Walt Disney World. Welcome, Len.
Hey, sweetie.
Thanks, Christina. And they all made fun of me because Christina sent me an email and referred to me as sweetie in one of her lines, rather than the point I was trying to get across the email. So, anyway, also here is Mike Scopa of MousePlanet.com. Welcome, Mike.
Hey, sweetie. As long as they're heated up, let's grab a thermal image.
Dinosaur.
No,
Test track.
Test track.
Dinosaur.
I don't know what the hell.
And we have Mr. Audio himself, Mike Newell of Mouse World Radio. Welcome, Mike.
Heidi-ho, sweetie.
We got together ahead of time and planned that one.
Oh, you three.
You.
What am I going to do with you?
Oh, you guys.
We're the boys next door.
Well,
The Seinfeld episode. Oh, you.
Oh, you.
today we're talking about our least favorite attractions at Walt Disney World. Every now and then we've got to make sure we don't sound like shills and think that everything is wonderful at Walt Disney World, which it's not. And we're going to talk about some of the ones that we think need to go. Now, before we started the show, all three of us, minus Len, decided that Animal Kingdom was an easy option. But I think we're going to be a little more selective here for the rest of the show. So, Mike Scopa, why don't you give us the first on your list?
This is probably the first on everyone's list, and it's Stitch's Great Escape. And there are several reasons why I think it should go. Number one, it is not kid-friendly like they tried to sell it when they first opened it up. That's number one. Number two, the plot just doesn't make any sense if there is a plot. Number three, the kids are used to seeing a fuzzy little blue animal named Stitch, not a 6-foot, 6-armed monster, in front of and while they're pinned down in their seats. Number four, why does if he spits at us, should we be rooting for him? And number five, I don't know if I'd want to be sprayed by hydraulic fluid, so for those reasons,
mention the hydraulic fluid, please.
Yeah. So I think that should be one of those attractions that, I would love to see. This is funny. I thought I'd never live to say this, but I'd love to see Alien Encounter come back.
Yeah, Is there anything positive you could say about Stitch?
It's short.
That's about right.
What I can say, what's nice about Stitch is that it does draw people away from the other queues, from all the other attractions in the Magic Kingdom. That's about the only positive thing I can say about Stitch.
Reducing lines since 2005.
Yeah, exactly.
That's interesting. I think... Len, what are your thoughts on that? I think you're in total agreement with that, right?
I am, actually, but it didn't make my top three.
See, you're looking for... you don't want to take the easy answers out.
I'm going to be a little bit controversial tonight.
Ooh.
Oh.
Gonna do some different stuff.
All right. Well, what's your first one tonight?
Jungle Cruise.
What?
Really?
Whoa.
Now explain this to us.
Well, okay, it's not so much that it's bad, but a tour of Deepest Darkest Africa or the jungles has been done before, most recently in a place called Animal Kingdom, and it's difficult to justify the amount of real estate that Jungle Cruise takes up in Adventureland. It's got to occupy a good third of Adventureland, and frankly, I think you could do a better ride with that real estate. Whether it's a coaster or another water-themed attraction. What is there isn't worth isn't worth the prime location, the prime real estate. Plus, it's almost entirely dependent on the skill of your skipper, and if they're in a bad mood, you get an inconsistent attraction, an inconsistent experience. Jungle Cruise, let's bring the bulldozers in, baby.
I mean, a lot of attraction stuff I call it Jungle Cruise syndrome, where depending on who's, there, it's like same holds true for Kilimanjaro safaris, Voyage of the Little Mermaid.
Some of the tours, some of the backstage tours. It depends on who you get.
Yeah.
Like apparently, remember when I went on I did the greenhouse tour at the Land, and Mr. Smarty Pants, uptight, too tight underwear guy wouldn't let me eat the food as we were going along. Like we're in the Willy Wonka chocolate factory or something that I couldn't sample. So in the end, I'm like stuffing my face full of lemongrass at the end because he wasn't looking. Whatever. Anyway, but yeah, I just think the real estate is too valuable, and we can all do something better there. And I think a volcano themed attraction would go really well there. It'd still fit into like a Central American themed sort of coaster
with a runaway motif to it, because that's your favorite.
We what we need here is a coaster built on a runaway, some sort of runaway thing. That hasn't been done recently.
That was a rumor about 8 years ago.
I know. I thought it would work in pretty well. You do like an Aztec pyramid theme.
Yeah.
Well, with the Jungle Cruise movie coming out soon, I don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon.
I liked the movie the first time I saw it when it was called The African Queen with Humphrey Bogart. But it's been a great night. I'm just telling you. All right,
Newell, what have you got?
Well, I've got two that are similar, so I don't know if I'm going to give you the two or just the one. The one that I'm talking about is Chester and Hester's Dinorama
Yes.
Ooh,
at
yes.
Animal Kingdom.
I'm thinking you could pretty much get rid of Dinoland, or that part of Dinoland.
Yeah.
But okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, the whole thing is just too Six Flags.
Coney Island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too Coney Island.
It's not even Six Flags. It's like, traveling carnival type.
Exactly.
It's
No
not up
Imagineering
to
at
Disney's
all.
exactly.
Yeah.
Good. That's a better way of putting it. Like I was
Yeah.
going to say, it's not up to Disney standards, but no Imagineering is absolutely right. It's like they got it out of the catalog.
Exactly.
What's that catalog that you get at wintertime?
Walter
And it's
Drake.
It's the only catalog I use.
But it's just. I mean, you know what? I can live with the attractions, although they are quite terrible. But the games that cost money, I mean, really, how?
Nah, the heck with it.
Yeah, it rubs.
Bring in
me
the
wrong
bulldozers
way.
there too.
But while you're at Animal Kingdom, you might as well just keep on going.
There's nothing else though that deserves the kind of raising that
Animal
Dinoland
Kingdom
does.
does, yeah, absolutely.
Close the whole park and then rebuild a park dedicated
The
to
park
Belle
is
World.
fine the way it is, except for Dinoland.
I agree. I totally agree with that.
All right.
Well, Newell kind of hit on mine when he said Chester and Hester's, because I was going to say...
Animal Kingdom. But
well, I was going to say Magic Carpets of Aladdin
That was
and
my
all
second.
the other Dumbo clones.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going for.
Yep.
Dumbo is fine, because it's the original.
Right.
But we don't need three... What are we up to now? You got Carpets of Aladdin, you've got the one in Animal Kingdom. You don't need that many.
Triceratops.
Triceratops.
Spin.
It's not necessary. I mean, lack of Imagineering, one thing, but it's the same ride. It's like coming out with like Small World and calling it's a medium-sized world after all, or something. Like you can't just Splash Mountain.
Children's boat ride.
Well, they kind of did that now that I think about it with what's it called in Mexico in Epcot.
Yeah.
El Rio.
The River
El Rio.
of Boredom.
Yeah, exactly.
The river.
El Rio del Boredom.
El Rio del
Rio
Ennui.
del Boredom.
What else you got on your list, Lon?
Sounds dangerous.
Oh, that's mine, too.
Yeah, I really can't argue with that.
Actually, I was going to go with Sounds Dangerous, Indiana Jones, and Star Tours. and,
Wow,
and,
why don't you knock out all of it while you're at it?
and animation. So.
Well, speaking of animation, I think this is the reason why you want to get rid of animation. I was going to say the Backlot Tour, because there is no more production going on, and
Right,
thus
so-
the points of the attractions are gone. And Disney
Yeah, I mean,
hasn't they're in denial about something that they're in charge of. I mean, they were responsible for firing all the Imagineers, all the artists rather.
They're
But-
just resting right now, Matt. all of the Imagineers. They're on break.
Yeah, and but these attractions are based on actually seeing production, and you're not seeing anything. I mean, when the spiel that you hear on the Backlot tour mentions Ernest Saves Christmas as one of the one of the movies that was
Golden
filmed.
Girls.
Yeah, it's like, okay, this is 2006 now.
Ernest is dead, isn't he?
Yeah.
Ernest cannot be with you anymore, Bambi.
Your Ernest cannot be with you.
Scopa, what else you got on your list?
Lights, Motors, Action Stunt Show. Get rid of it. It doesn't do any good. You see it once and that's it. I mean, how many times do you want to see a car crash or a car do that? I think they wasted a lot of space back there. Sort of the same argument that Len made for the Jungle Cruise. I think that if they had used that area of the MGM Studios theme park for something other than that, I think it would have worked very well. I think they could have extended the big city streets. I think they could have added some shops back there. I think they could have added some signature restaurants from those big city streets, which that area is supposed to represent, and possibly even an attraction, maybe a great Muppet movie ride or something like that. I really think that's a wasted piece of real estate.
Wow. Here.
Yeah. I'll humbly disagree with... I like your idea, Scopa, and I think they can both coexist, but...
Can't we all just get along?
I mean, I like the Stunt Show. It's not terrible. Certainly there have been worse that's come out of Disney. And
Do you see it? How many times do you see it? I've seen it twice. I think I saw it with Len, and then I saw it with my wife, and I haven't seen it since.
You've seen it twice as many times as I have.
Well, Len, we saw that first time.
Yeah,
they
I mean,
don't do the ski. They don't do the jet ski anymore. At least
unless Robbie Knievel is there, there's no point in watching it.
That's true.
Right.
That's true. We got to see Robbie.
Robbie Knievel's cool.
Oh, nice one.
This is actually a debate that my daughter and I are having, and my wife is whether I'm cool.
I'm sure that's going well for you, Len.
I'm like, of course I'm cool. They're like, no, you're not. I'm like, no, yes I am.
Does Carlito think you're cool?
One attraction that I had on my list was Circle of Life in Epcot.
That's actually not a bad film, though.
I hate preachiness.
Now I'm mad.
And it says this whole podcast episode. I just don't like... It comes off as too preachy, and honestly, little kids are going there, and they want to see, Timon and Pumbaa and Simba, and, it's not fun. And I think that was the problem with old Epcot.
Yeah, but
Old Epcot. What was the problem with old Europe? Wait, that's Donald Rumsfeld talking. Bring in the bulldozers.
What do you think, Newell? What else you got?
I had also had Primeval Whirl on my list.
Yeah, I don't think any of us like Dinoland.
Yeah, well, you already had Dinoland Bulldoze, so
Yeah,
we assumed
and you took my Aladdin.
We could get one of those small North Korean nuclear devices, like the 1 megaton. Just right there.
Just take care of everything.
We'll call it test bomb.
Yeah, exactly.
North Korea is looking for a few
Yeah,
places.
Honey, I blew up the audience.
Who explodes a 1 kiloton or 1 megaton bomb? Isn't that like
A country that's on a budget, I guess.
yeah? Like isn't that like half of like what the lowest possible, like the ultimate budget bomb is? Anyway, whatever.
Well, you can't say we never talk about politics on this
Yeah,
podcast.
We now return to Crossfire.
I'm Tucker Carlson, and this is Dancing with the Stars. Wait, right? Hold on.
Your bow tie on, everybody.
Oh, funny.
What else you got on your list, Scope? I know you had about 10 of them on there.
Mission Space. I think it should have never been put in Epcot, and I'm really looking forward to the day where they get rid of it because
Really?
oh yeah, I just I really like attractions that deal with some theming and some imagineering, and I'm not really crazy about ones that push the human physical being to its limitations or whatever. I just think it just doesn't do it. I think that it also is guilty of not holding forth what Walt Disney's philosophy was. When he sat on that bench, when he watched his daughter on the carousel, he said, gee, we should put something. He said, I'd like to see an amusement park where the whole family can enjoy themselves together. And you can't do that with Mission Space. Mission Space limits the number of people who can go on that attraction. So I think it just goes against his philosophy. So get rid of it.
See, Scopa, you hit upon something that I was thinking about before we recorded this show, and I was thinking, well, there are bad attractions or attractions I don't enjoy particularly much, but to say that I didn't want them removed or they need to be removed, like Stitch, see, that's why I don't I mean, Mission Space is by no means a great attraction. It's a good one. I think I enjoy it, but I don't think it needs to be removed. You know? Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean, but I don't agree.
Okay. Len, what do you think about Mission Space?
I think with the new change to it, where they have the non-spinning version, it's probably not the worst attraction in Epcot by a long shot.
But that non-spinning side, what is that? It doesn't do anything for you, Len, does it? Really? You know?
It's okay. It's not. You still get some shaking and stuff. It's more like a tame down simulator than it is a spinning version anymore. So.
Newell, what's your vote on Mission Space?
I've never been on it. Yeah.
Oh, right. You have a good reason for it, and you actually read the warnings.
Yes, I do. I actually read the sign before I go on.
Interesting.
You really?
Yes. I have seizures, so I have to watch banging my head around things. So.
As opposed to the rest of us, just throw it anywhere. Awesome.
Great. Well, that's it for us today. If you want to read our show notes, send us your comments, or download older episodes, visit us online at www.wdwtoday.com. For Len Testa, Mike Scopa, and Mike Newell, I'm Matt Hotchberg. We'll see you on the next show.
See you, sweetie.
Bye, sweetie.
No Regis Philbin, no Meredith Vieira, and nobody said that was a bad thing. WDW Today, DisneyWorldTrivia.com, and Mouse World Radio present Disney Whiz Lou Mongello and Who Wants to Earn Their Ears, the Disney trivia show where you can win prizes. Tune in to Mouse World Radio 1, Sunday, October 22nd at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific for Who Wants to Earn Their Ears, and visit WDWToday.com for more.